standing in front of the Hank Williams Museum right now in downtown Montgomery. And if you're ever in town, you need to go by this museum because it takes him from childhood down in Georgiana to coming to Montgomery at age 14, playing around in little dives and shining shoes and learning how to play from what he called a black gentleman from Georgiana named T-Top. And so that's one of the reasons that black people enjoy Hank Williams. He learned to play the guitar from a black man, and he learned soul from a black man. And so Hank really had the touch of making you feel the song. His words were way more important than his melodies, even though some of the greatest symphonies in the world have played his melodies, and his songs have been covered by thousands of artists. Unfortunately, Hank had just a short life. He started his career at age 25, and he died at January the 1st, 1953, at the age of 29. He had a 4-year career, and during that 4-year career, he recorded 225 songs. 128 of those songs he wrote himself. He wrote many songs that never were recorded, and some of them were half finished, some of them were finished, and they have come out in various sources, but we've not been able to get a hold of any of them. He was an amazing person. He had a lot of stamina, and for a little frail fellow who dropped out of school at Lanier High School because he couldn't stay awake, he'd play in bands every night, and he made millions of dollars mostly after he died. He was he never knew how popular he was, even though he was on the Grand Ole Opry for a short period of time. And the amazing thing to me is he did 200 concerts every year and traveled an average of 4,000 miles a week in a car before interstates. Now, that's a lot of work, let me tell you. When you're loading up the band in the old bus or in the old truck and going down to Georgiana doing a show there, leaving and going to Greenville doing a show, and then doing one in Selma. That was the way it started. But the way it ended, he was the top writer in the country music field of all time. Several years ago, there was a poll taken, and of course Johnny Cash was no doubt a great entertainer in the country music field. And Johnny had been dead about 2 years when this poll was taken. And it had Johnny Cash as the #1 country music entertainer of all time. And they had Hank Williams, who had been dead 65 years, as the #2 country music entertainer of all time. I find that almost unbelievable. But it did happen, and that shows you the lasting power of the words that Hank Williams used. He was called the Shakespearean, the